Hey guys, Fractus Mugler here. I'm going to be doing another replay cast. This one's not so much a cast as it is a helpful tips and tricks video for another Dotafy member, Michi Match. Michi? I'll just call him Michi. Michi is a dedicated position 5 or a 4. He plays a whole lot of support and he actually does it quite well. He just wants to get better, so he asked me if I could maybe just point out a few things that he can improve upon, and if I have any tips for him that can help him out. So we're going to watch this replay here. This is a CM game. He's he's pretty much solo supporting. At his level, this is pretty much how it's going to be. You're gonna have to deal with solo support a fair amount of the time. It is a ranked game, by the way. I have not checked the actual MMR here. I just wanted to really focus on the first kind of 20 minutes of the game where support have the most impact. I've got a lot of stuff that I've looked at and a lot of stuff I can talk about. So when you do listen to this and watch this, Michi, hopefully some of what I say helps you out a bit. So we're just going to jump through the draft. Crystal Maiden's a great support. It's just good pick. General, not much you can really go wrong with Crystal Maiden because all her weaknesses are stuff you can't really deal with. You can't exactly go, oh, I'm going Crystal Maiden. They have a lot of initiation. She can build to deal with that. The only thing she has a little bit of trouble with is she's very squishy, very slow early game. She makes up for that with having a very, very decent root. This is my phone. And she has a great slow as well to help her out. So, quickly, audio. In saying that,
Crunchy's Rick, we're in some real trouble. I know, Morty. Just follow my lead.
In saying that, we'll jump forward to where was it?
All right, Morty. The game's about to start.
About here. Okay, so first things first. When you do buy what you need, you need to buy it quick. Like straight away. You need to start moving straight away. So if you're position 5, before you even get into the game, let them know, hey, I'm going to be buying 2 sets of wards or like 2 observers and courier. Can you please get the sentries, or can you please get this, or can you please get that? Straight off the bat, and then when you do get into the game, buy those items quickly and move towards the rune spot that you guys are going to contest. So this guy hasn't put his ward down yet, I don't think. Now he is. So the first thing you kind of need to do is check regen. So this little thing that happened here, I liked it. I liked how you played this. You were controlling his vision very well. You were forcing him to stay away, like deal with you, because he can't really let you come in from behind here. So he actually got very little experience in the lane because of that. So you kind of let Meepo have very good advantage there, purely from how you positioned, which was well played. I think you popped a clarity as you ran away, and it got popped. You really shouldn't. Really, they're like very important early games, so you can't let those get popped. Small mistakes like that can sometimes cost you a lane, so make sure you really think about what can hit you and what can't hit you when you do that kind of stuff. Now you pull here. When you pull, pretty sure you pull now, go up. Start heading back down straight away. Because if you head down at 45, so you pull it around 42ish, I think, or 43. As you pull up to about here, they should be arriving. Start heading down, and you can actually stack this. You can actually come down and pull it up and stack it. Make sure you stack as well. Like stacking is very, very important in this game, or just in general as a support. If you want to improve as a support, stacks are the way to go. And Crystal Maiden is incredibly strong at really getting the most out of those stacks. Because what she'll do is she'll go and stack a camp and take a big creep from it. and that gives her. It's like, hey, instead of you going out of XP range, not getting any gold from any creeps, like not getting any gold from any pull creeps, you're now actually going to get a fairly decent amount of XP and some good thing. So this was nice. You actually didn't get a kill. Freaking creeps got the kill, which is bastards. She's an incredibly good stacker and jungler because what she can do is exactly that. She can pull them out, stack the camp, and get experience and gold while doing it. She doesn't exactly jeopardize a lot of what can happen in the safe lane. So if you move up here and you start moving down again, I mean earlier, but 340. 342 when you stack again. The other thing that I can say to you is you should get a Pointing Crystal Nova at level 3. It's really, really strong. Especially early game, 20% movement slow and 20 attack slow is huge, and especially for 4.5 seconds. That is ridiculous. So I think you actually die here. No, do you? No. You do die a little bit further forward, so I think it was about 6 minutes. The other thing that I wanted to talk about was when you guys got that gold from there, you should have bought your boots straight away. You had enough gold for your boots, and yes, I know you want to upgrade the courier, but having boots on a support is incredibly useful if you get it early enough. That's why some supports, like dedicated position 4s, will even go boots first. Because having that extra movement speed on a support can sometimes lead to a kill, or can sometimes stop you from dying. So when you got the gold from that, remember to get your boots. Prioritize your boots off that first. 6 minutes in, let's just jump forward a bit. You pull here, you actually get the double. So this is what I like at the level you said you kind of put. I think you die here. Yeah. Yeah, you die here. I don't know what was it here. Might be here. Anyway, at the level that you kind of said you were at, you're actually going to die here because it pops and then Q. Yep. Okay, so Crystal Nova would have been incredibly helpful there. It would have slowed him down a lot, and you didn't get it. You've gone 1, 2. Yeah, you've gone WEE. So you kind of, and Meepo just, oh god, that pains me. So Crystal Nova would have probably saved you there. Also, Boots would have saved you there. So either of those two, because as a support, one of the best things you could possibly do is not feed. Because what the cores are looking for, they're looking for easy kills to increase their advantage. So by feeding and by letting them get those easy kills, you're helping them increase their advantage over you. So it's better sometimes for the first 4 minutes just to be a little bit more selfish, and especially do that. So it's 6 minutes in now and you still haven't stacked anything. You have the ability to stack if you wanted to. You're not really doing much in lane. Meepo doesn't really need to. Doesn't really need your help in the lane at the moment, even though he's pushing it pretty hard. But that's just what he's doing because he's using Poof a lot. You're getting your experience through your pulls and double pulls. Your double pulling is on point. It's just absolutely amazing. Well done. That's one of the hardest skills to learn, how to double pull well. Is a little pointy trick that I can help you with here. Make sure you have tangos because you can double stack these. So you pull this at 53, Crystal Nova in there at 54 because they're slowed. Because you pull at 53, like you hit once, Crystal Nova just on the edge, and then move up this way, and you'll double stack both camps. So Meepo is actually trying to stack, well, kind of. Meepo's going mech, which is really old, very old build. got 6. I don't know why she's using it.
Oh boy, Dyer's middle tower's under attack.
It's really quite weird. She could have killed there. But anyway, I'm focusing on you. So you still haven't got a point in Crystal Nova. You really do need that. Level 3 or level 4, you need a point in that. So I would say that 11 minutes in.
That should help.
Let's have a look at this 11 minutes in. So you start moving down. Oh, the other thing I wanted to point out is control your runes. As a support, you actually have the freedom to move around the map a little bit, especially within your quadrant. Quadrant being your top kind of area here, especially if you're safe lane.
Oh, Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You can actually move around the map a fair bit, so remember always to go for the runes. Communicate with your mid what rune you're going for, and if they say, hey, I want this, that's fine. So this is what happened here. I don't know if this was just miscommunication, but you kind of needed to move in. I don't know if they let you know what was happening, whether or not they were ganking, but if they did and you did what you did, which is you came up here, and if they say, hey, we're ganking mid, can you help us? And then you turned around, this cost Quap her life. This is incredibly... so your positioning should have been just to move straight down. You would have saved a lot. Because as she was here, you were here, and you could have frozen her, which means by the time she got there, they would have been able to initiate on her quite well. And she wouldn't have been able to get the stun off. So always... You're going to deward that. No, you didn't? Okay. A little helpful hint is before you do put an observer ward down, make sure you put a sentry ward down as well, because that's an easy get rid of for them. So you did have a sentry there, you could have checked, because if you check and there's nothing there, it means they don't have vision, which means you can put the observer ward down without them knowing about it. If you do put a sentry down and they do an observer ward, you get a free observer ward, you control their vision, and now they don't know where you're going to put the observer ward, because obviously you're not going to put it in the exact same place. You know, you're going to move up, you're going to put it here, or you're going to put it on here, or if what I like to do is put it all the way over here sometimes. So there's some of the things that can really help as a support are those kind of things. Even though it's 200 gold, just make sure you do have a sentry ward on you, because it can sometimes mean the difference between a successful gank and a unsuccessful. So, this one is what I want to talk about. So, you come in here, you guys have vision, obviously. Ease boost, which is the Witch Doctor? No, it's not. It's them. You don't want to, like, you go in, and you just kind of freeze him. Let's have a look at your player perspective. So you don't have vision, you're just kind of walking in there. You're just kind of moving around a bit. And you see him, and you freeze him. Honestly, that was a really bad choice. I will give you this, like the rest of your team just completely went full retard. But in saying that, it wasn't the best choice to freeze the Abaddon. So, missed it and everything. This ult though from you was incredibly well done. Like, they don't have anything else to really deal with you, and you can just ult yourself away. They get 3 kills here. I don't know why this...
Man,
charger?
save that energy.
Pretty sure he had charger. And no, he didn't have charger. That was just a bug.
Radiant just fortified their structure.
Oh, he got stunned mid-charge. That's why.
Top tower is under attack.
Okay. Yeah. So that kind of fight there was more along the lines of kind of don't go on the Abaddon. There's better people to go on. If you do see Abaddon, just run away, and if he does chase after you, you're pulling him back in to your team, which is forcing him out away from his team. Remember, you come back now. You should come back now, yes. You don't need to defend this. There's no reason for you to defend this. You can go mid and farm, which is what you're doing, which is well done. As a support, the biggest thing that you can do for yourself, right, is to find farm. There is a whole bunch of people that are like, I can't ever farm, I'm so poor as a support. The supports should be even better at farming than the carries, because you have the smallest window to find the farm that you need to make an impact upon the game. So if you miss the last hit, that is like tenfold more than a carry. So when you do that, when you do miss like that, it's not good. But if you're just wandering around aimlessly and not actually taking any last hits or getting experience, then that's not good either. Nice fight here, actually. Good freeze. Move off a bit. You got to freeze off. Q, lovely. Probably could have done the Q on this guy here. You want to back off now? You're probably going to die here. Yeah. I'm just going to jump forward to about... Okay, this one here. That's crazy online.
Oh boy, Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Everything's going crazy. Okay.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Let's have
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay, so you've just killed the Rubik, and you guys are looking for a fight. Quap just kind of nearly lost you this game. But nonetheless, this was a weird fight to take. Yeah, grab that. Nice. She died pretty quickly. Very nice with the Crystal Nova. I personally would have waited like a couple more seconds
Middle tower is under attack.
for your Frostbite to come in. But you're healing up quite quickly. This wasn't really needed. You kind of overextended a huge amount there. Good positioning here though when you went all the way. I actually would have probably gone high ground a bit. But, go high ground. So instead of going back through this way, go high ground up here. Like as soon as he starts moving past that way, can't really do much about it. It's better to actually move high ground, get better vision on the fight, because I think you're gonna actually come back in here. Yeah, they kind of follow through. You back off, and then you come back in. So Meepo comes in. It's like time to kill people. The micro from this Meepo is absolutely horrible. You got the mech, and then you've got freeze, and you've actually probably used an ult there, but doesn't matter. You did well. Like that fight was chaotic and all over the place, but there's a lot of stuff that you can actually look at. High ground isn't very important in Dota. It's incredibly important in Dota. That was hilarious, by the way. They all died. It was just retarded. High ground is incredibly important, so if you do have the ability to be on the high ground and attack from it, do so. Especially to control the high ground is even better, because most high grounds have choke points and movement points and pathing that requires, it's called forced pathing, where people to get to a certain spot have to go through an area. So you can actually, that's where I talk about skill shots in another video I made, where forced pathing is pretty much how you're going to do it. She's dead now, and yeah. bit weird. She actually buggered that up, but the cast animation on Quap's Blink is like 0.4 or something. It's really long, or 0.3 actually. It's actually a really long cast animation. Nonetheless, you're finding some decent farm, are you? Yes, you are. Doing well. So, I'm just gonna jump to the end here. Big fights. Meepo kind of just got like fat, and Spirit Breaker just started to do some work. I can safely say that your Meepo or Witch Doctor kind of won you this game, but without your support, they would have been completely lost. The big things that I can say to you are this: make sure you stack. You can stack, and as Crystal Maiden, you have the ability to get farm while you stack, which is like unlike any other support, maybe except Disruptor and Ruby. Or Shadow Demon, sorry. Make sure you do go for the runes. Put a point in Crystal Nova. Your positioning, remember high ground is very important. Your double pulling was on point, very well done. There's a whole lot of other stuff, but they're more so questions that need to be asked by you. So if you do find someone that wants to give you a coaching lesson or something like that, or even just a mate that's, say, you know, a couple of MMR higher than you, couple of thousand MMR higher than you, then that's fine to actually do that. So even though you went 0-16, you had an incredibly high amount of assists. You found your farm to a degree. I mean, you went your Glimmercape. I prefer Blink if you can get it after Glimmercape, but it's always good because Blink on Crystal Maiden is just insanity. I love playing Blink Crystal Maiden because you can actually solo heroes without a stun. So if it's like, for example, Doom, if you see Doom use his level death to get a creep or something, you can blink in, freeze him, and ult, and you've got a kill. Same with a Baden, not so much a Baden for the kill, maybe you get him early enough. And now with Juggernaut not having any form of break for TPs or anything, you could actually do the same to him and force him to either use his Blade Fury and run away, or something along the lines of BKB, or just if he's already used it and he's dead. So you did well. I mean, you know, your gold per minute, XP per minute is quite abysmal, but that's mostly due to the fact that you need to really look at how you move through the jungle, and you need to maximize how you find your farm and where you find your farm. A lot of that will come through coaching and playing the game and watching games and stuff. So hopefully this helps, man. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. And if you have any other games you want me to look at with those questions applied to games, so say you have a Lion game and you're like, oh, at 10 minutes in, this happened, can you tell me, you know, what to do there? I'll be more than happy to look at that for you. Okay, Factor Smuggler signing off.